What is the future of my channel? That is the one thing that I wanted to talk about in this video. I want to talk a little bit about diet. I want to talk a little bit about everything. Hopefully you stay tuned, like they used to say back in the day. And yeah, so my name's Ryan. This is High Carb Regenerator. Welcome to my channel. So I wanted to talk about this channel and how it started and where it may be going from here. So I actually started this channel back in 2021. Yeah, 2021. I started this channel. It was like November-ish. I had just come off 50-50 plate. I had gained a lot of weight because on 50-50 plate, I was going through something like 4 bags, like the big bags of broccoli a week or a day and a bunch of potatoes and everything. And I couldn't handle it. Like I just couldn't handle it. So, you know, because of calories, I was just eating so much, but I still was hungry all the time. And I got to 292 and I started this channel as a weight loss channel because I wanted to show everybody me losing the weight. Well, I was about 280 pounds when I started the 50-50 plate. So I did lose the weight last year. And I lost 30 pounds total last year, if you're really counting, because, you know, from January to June, I got down to about 262. So I know, but that was on raw vegan, but I know that this works. Now I'm figuring out in my mind what it was that caused me to gain the weight. And I don't want to constantly talk about weight. I don't want to constantly talk about weight because people are talking about it. I'm thinking about it, talking about it, thinking about it. And it's really just, it's gotten out of hand. So I'm not going to close the channel or anything. I'm not going to change the name because it's a regeneration. It's a regeneration of your life. And I didn't want another skinny person who weighs 50 pounds telling me how to lose weight, right? So I figured if I started a channel and showed people me losing weight as a bigger dude, then I would have more of a market because no fat person, or whatever you want to call it these days, wants to be told by a skinny person how to lose weight. Even Doug Lyle admits this, right? It's a thing, right? Any person who is overweight can agree. I guarantee it. Leave it down in the comment section down below. And I lost the weight. Now, I had a very, very, very off, not great year last year. And I couldn't control the hormones, which is why I tell you to get your blood test done. I just couldn't anymore. I couldn't. When I lost Blinky and everything, I couldn't do it. And I kind of could see the decline of the poor thing. But it was stressing me out. And the amount of food that she was eating. And there's so many things that go on behind the camera. So I know this diet works. I know it works. I've proved it. I've done it 3 times. 3 times. I've lost the weight 3 times. One time was raw. One time was raw till 4. One time, and then the other time was starch solution. I know it works. So I'm just going to keep bringing you the information. I'm not going to go keto again. I'm not going to go carnivore. I actually had somebody in the comments section talk about they used to be on keto and their kidneys and liver got so bad that they've got, I believe it was leukemia now. I mean, this is no joke, people. Like, this keto thing is really bad for you, really bad. Once your kidneys and your liver can't detoxify your blood anymore, what happens? A lot of bad stuff. A lot of bad stuff. Luckily, I caught it in time. But I still have this crazy pituitary gland that's got like a 2 millimeter nodule on it that nobody really knows what it is, and I'm refusing to let them do surgery on it. You know, I'll just live with it the rest of my life, however long that is. I'm not doing that. So I have hormones. There's actually 3 people, I keep saying three people in my family that had the exact same thing, and we all struggle. I'm actually the skinniest. I'm the skinniest of all 3 of us, because they just don't care. Right? They just do whatever they want. We're all Irish. They drink. They do whatever. They don't care. So it is in the family, you know, keep it in the family. But there is this thing that I deal with. So sometimes, you know, I just can't get it under control. the point of this video is I know this works. I've seen people in the comments saying how much I've helped them. I know it helps people, and that's why I'm going to keep bringing these videos out there. I'm going to eventually get to the weight that I'm happy with. I don't know what that is. It could be 250 pounds. I have no idea. And I don't want to be skinny. I have no interest in that. It looks weird to me when people are really skinny. You know, I'm like, what? You know, so it's not my thing. I never want to be skinny, but I also don't want to be this weight because there's things that come along with this weight that aren't great, right? You can't breathe as good. You can hear that, fruit fly. You can hear that when I'm breathing. You know, when I was 260, I was breathing easier than when I'm 280. There's other things. I don't actually really lose too much performance on the bike. I can still outrun most people on my bike no matter what weight I am. But there's just different things. And so it's about the health. And I just got to concentrate. I know I've made this video before. I know I've made this video about health. And this is not me throwing up the white flag or anything like that. Maybe it'll help somebody who's going through the same thing and is like, you know, at least, you know, they can keep going, right? I didn't even lapse on the diet last year. Unfortunately, the only witness I have to that is dead. Sandy saw some of my diet, but she left in August, last day of August. But I didn't cheat on it at all, right? So I know that there was something else because that same diet has lost me weight in the past. I know it has because I've got the pictures. I didn't even take any of the pictures. I didn't even want the pictures taken. But luckily, Sandy took them because now I have them. You know, when you got this fat person mentality, some people love being overweight and they take pictures all the time and they barely wear clothes and everybody's got to see what they've got. But most people who are overweight don't want to take pictures. Even when they lose the weight, they're like, they still got that mentality. Like, I don't want to take my pictures. It's weird because in my lifting days, you couldn't get me away from the mirror. I mean, I looked it used to drive my ex-wife nuts. I mean, I remember one time we were in JCPenney and there was this pillar in there that had mirrors on it. I'm over there posing and everything in the middle of the aisle in this mirror thing. And she's like, you and yourself just need to get a room. And I said, it could happen. I don't know. And, you know, of course she didn't like that response, but so it's weird, right? I go from one extreme to the other where you can't peel me away from the mirror to one where I won't even look in it. So that is, you know, I know people who watch these videos are in that same situation and I want to be relatable, but I'm going to talk about this topic, but I'm not going to be reporting my weight. I'm not going to be doing any of that kind of stuff. This is definitely going to change quite a bit of where the channel is going because I don't control how my body reacts to some of this stuff, and you don't either. You know, you don't either. You can do your best to get your hormones, because if your hormones aren't in the right place, you're never going to lose weight. I am experimenting with the sleep thing again because I definitely want to get that under control. But anyway, I'm not going to not ever update anything again, but it has just been stressing me out, especially seeing people fighting about which diet works for them and which diet works for them. If you're in a healthy weight, if you're in a happy weight, if your hormones are exactly where they're being and you're eating whatever, hopefully it's vegan, fine, great. Right. You know, but I was also there with the keto. I thought it was the end all be all. And then years, not months, not weeks, years afterwards, that's when I started hitting a huge decline. And I hit a huge decline and I got really depressed because I didn't know what was going on with me. And I started drinking and I went from 245 to 405 in less than 6 months. I actually made a video about that on my Patreon that I'm not going to be putting on here. So if you want to see it, you got to go there. It's crazy to me where I've been and where I am now. So anyways, I think this is about even more of a ramble video than I usually have, but it's been something that's on my mind. I was talking to somebody yesterday about this and, I just came to this conclusion. Now, I don't know that my channel is going to change that much, but I'm really tired of talking about the weight. It'll come off, and when it does, I'll show everybody. But until then, And I can't foresee this year being as stressful as last year. I doubt it. So it should be a lot easier for me to get where I'm going. Somebody made a comment, well, if you only lost 12 pounds last year, it's going to take you 3.5 years to get where you want to go, or whatever they said. Who cares? How many years did it take you to get where you're at? You know? I mean, why are you going to have that kind of, if you have that kind of attitude, you may as well not even do it. Just stay the weight that you're at, or whatever. You know, just stay the weight that you're at. Stupid mentalities like that get you nowhere. Nowhere. So if you want to have that mentality, if you're going to constantly stay in that mentality, you may as well not even bother. You know, just don't even bother. Because there's no point in getting started if you're like, well, this is just going to take me 4 years anyway. What's the point? You know, meanwhile, you could have been getting healthier and healthier and healthier, and you don't know how long it's going to take you. Your body, I've had times where my body clicked, and all of a sudden, I lost 30 pounds in a couple weeks. All of a sudden, something just, it's like, whoa, out of nowhere. So keep in mind, it's the long game. It's the long game that took you to get where you're at. And it's a long game that's going to take you to get out of there. There's none of these fad diets are going to do you any good, like the keto, carnivore, whatever. The reason these diets work, well, I'll talk about those in other videos. But anyways, I think that's it. I'm just going to keep bringing the plant-based vegan lifestyle out there, and we'll see where this goes. The next video I am going to review or do is probably a review of the white food thing that McDougall was talking about. I've got to find it. And then we'll see where I go from there. That'll probably be out tomorrow. I've had more videos out this week than I usually do. But yeah, anyways, comments, questions down below. Like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.